and welcome to Life at the Met, celebrating the talent and achievements of the students at Belfast Metropolitan College. I'm Anne Kearney.
And I'm Adam McKendry. Coming up on the show today.
It probably looks like something from the Great British Bake Off. In fact, these are the amazing creations of the very talented Katie Gardner. Find out why a grant from the Belfast Met Trust was the icing on the cake for Katie.
Building on success. These students are showing off their talent at the 38th Annual Skill Build competition held recently at our Castlereagh campus.
And we have a right royal appointment with the Prince's Trust.
But first, a festival of living art, a flash mob, a spatisserie, a fashion show and a circus. These were all elements of Creative Week at the Belfast Metropolitan College.
It's a showcase event for all our creative students, and we're joined now by Patricia Dixon and Ineta Joixet, who took part in one of the events. Patricia, you lecture in fashion and design, and you were part of the team in the fashion show at Stormont. Tell us about that.
As part of our creative contribution to the week, the fashion students showed up at Stormont. It's their annual show. It's a showcase for all their work throughout the year. And it's a great showcase because it's the opportunity for the students to show their work to their family and friends, and also for the department to actually say thank you to our professional support, like the industry people like Aria, Douglas and Graham, who come along and actually support the students in their assignment work and also in their final year, sort of thing, with dissertations and that. So it's great to actually be able to say thank you to everybody who's involved, and especially for the students to have that excitement of a big show at the Stormont, which is sort of like a very prestigious event, and it's just great fun for everyone.
Well, let's take a look now at some of the highlights of the fashion show at Stormont.
Well, Anita, it all looked very professional. What course are you doing at the moment?
I'm just about to finish the Tech Level 3 fashion design course, which is extensive over 2 years, and we have 18 modules to complete. It's all about mainly art, but there is things like jewelry and accessories and business as well, which is really great because it covers so much areas. And when you progress onto the degree course, you're ready to go, and everything is just really helpful.
And what have you enjoyed most about your course?
Mostly I did enjoy fashion presentation, sketching, because it's my main areas, and art, of course. Overall, loved everything. Business sometimes is about research and everything, but anything with art, I love it. All the course was great.
And it must have been absolutely fantastic for you to see one of your designs up on the runway in Stormont.
Oh yes, indeed. My design for Madame Butterfly actually was a finalist for the London Royal Opera House. So it was really nice to get exposure everywhere and see it back again at the fashion show.
And can you describe to us what the dress looked like?
Yeah, it's a white dress. It's like a wedding gown for the opera, and it had the see-through back and a sleeve. It was half kimono, half American influences because it's two cultures mixed up. So it was really interesting to create this, and it has influences of poppies, which is extensive research in the meaning of colors and flower meanings in Japan culture.
What do you hope to do once your course is over?
Well, my aim is to become a fashion designer or work for the industry in a professional way, and at the moment I got into Norwich to study degree, and all my hopes goes for there. And we'll see, I just apply for loads of internships and competitions, which is really great, which is what keep me going and motivated for this course as well.
Now, Patricia, you've brought along an impressive creation here to the studio. It wouldn't be out of place in a film set. Tell us all about it.
Well, this is all part of the fashion department. We also offer courses in costume design, and this has been made by one of our students here recently, Christine Young, and it's for Mr. Selvage, and it's a case of taking it right from scratch, designing, putting the pattern together, creating the actual garment in a 3D form, and then actually getting it worn in some stage production, which is one of the things Christine would be actually looking to go into. So it's a great thing to actually for the students to actually see locally what we're up to as well, and also producing skilled workers for that industry.
Well, that's really important given the increasing number of films produced here in Northern Ireland.
Well, with the Belfast Metropolitan College placed in the Titanic quarter, which is really a stone's throw from the Titanic studios, and obviously has a recent Game of Thrones and other such prestigious films going on even precisely at the moment, it's obviously a great opportunity for the college to actually provide students that have the appropriate skills for that industry, one of them being in costumes and costume construction.
And could you see many of your students going on to produce new costumes and designs for Game of Thrones?
We've been very fortunate. Some of our students have been working along with the professionals in those areas, and especially with the Game of Thrones, and also at the same time for them, the ones coming from Game of Thrones coming in to see students.
Are you a fan yourself?
Yes.
What kind of fashion courses can you do at Belfast Met?
Well, there's various levels for the students to actually go into. There's level 2, 3, and also we have a degree. So you can actually walk in at GCSE level and walk out with an honours degree. Also this coming September, we're opening up a new course, which is a higher national certificate in costume construction. And that's actually, again, for the industry, looking at the costume industry and providing skilled workers and makers for costumes.
It sounds like you have so much on your plate, and we'd like to thank you now, Patricia Dixon, for coming in the studio, and also Anita Joyce-Said, and we wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you so much.
Well, Creative Week also involved a flash mob in Belfast City Centre from some of our performing arts students. Here's how that looked.
Well, summer's nearly here and exams are almost at an end.
But what if you didn't get the results that you wanted? Well, Nuala Boyle is here with us, Head of Student Services at the college. So Nuala, is it too late to apply for a course in September?
Hello Adam, absolutely not. The college will be accepting applications right through to the end of August. I would advise anybody applying though to maybe get their skates on, because applications to the college actually opened back in February, and the college considers any applications that it receives after the 1st of June to be a late application. We all know that there's a couple of big dates coming up in August, the GCSE results on the 13th of August and then the A-level results on the 20th of August. Every year I get a lot of students turning up in and around those dates, very distressed because maybe they haven't got the results that they wanted and they're looking to apply for courses. Can I just advise that potential students that by that stage most of our courses will be full. So please get your applications in now as soon as possible.
How inclusive are the courses? Can anyone apply?
Absolutely. There are a number of different barriers to education and learning that individuals have to overcome, and the college has a range of student support facilities to help them do that. For example, if you have a disability, a learning difference or a long-term medical condition, we have a dedicated centre called the Centre for Inclusive Learning and Development that will help with first of all assessing and then meeting the additional support needs of somebody with that background of disadvantage. But there are many more backgrounds of disadvantage that our support service can help to overcome. For example, perhaps you are a carer, or perhaps you come from a carer background, or perhaps you have a criminal background, or indeed perhaps you come from a background of economic disadvantage. There are a number of different financial support services that we have to help you, including the wonderful student finance team at the college. All financial support would be on an individual basis, so it's certainly an area that you would need to do your homework on.
Talking about support, is there any support available for a student who's just new to the college and is feeling the experience a wee bit daunting?
Absolutely. I think September's a really exciting time at the college. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of buzz, and everybody's a bit daunted and a bit unsure of themselves. For any student feeling like that, the first thing that I would say is, first of all, orientate yourself. Find out where your classes are, and if you don't know, ask. Find out where the library is, find out where your student union is, find out where your common room areas are, so that you know where to go to and to relax, and you'll feel a wee bit more involved. The other thing I would advise you to do is to get involved with the student union. Start getting involved in the clubs and societies that we have, and you'll start to feel more part of the Belfast Met community. And the other thing I would advise is that if you're struggling and you need a bit of help and support, let us know at Student Support Services. There's very rarely a student support issue that we can't deal with if we know what it is.
And where can we find more information?
Well, you've heard me refer to the Student Support Handbook a number of times there during the course of this interview. This is a handbook specifically designed for students that has details of all of the support services that we have in the college. I've mentioned only a few of them, but there's many, many more. And that booklet will highlight all of them, because you never know when you're going to need a certain service. You might need student counselling at some stage, you might need careers and employability, you might need inclusive learning. There's a whole host of others. They're all in that handbook. You can pick one up at the reception desk at any of the campuses, or you can download it from our website, belfastmet.ac.uk. Once you actually become a student, then we have what's called our Blackboard site, and on that is a student activities and advice section, which is dedicated to the support services that we have.
Nuala, lovely to speak to you. Thank you very much for coming in.
Lovely to speak to you too, Adam. Thank you.
Back in April, Skill Build NI came to Belfast Met Castlereagh campus.
With us is Fiona Dempsey, who is the organiser of the competition, and Dale Calderwood, who won a gold medal. So Fiona, what exactly is Skill Build?
Skill Build is the national competition that is held in Northern Ireland every year. The 6 colleges compete in this competition, and we hosted the final at Castlereagh in April, where competitors from each of the colleges compete in 10 of the construction trade areas.
And are construction skills like the ones on show at the competition still in very high demand these days?
Absolutely. The construction industry, while it did take a dip, it's back on board, and we need to upskill for coming ahead. The college is engaged with a lot of local companies, and we have also to fulfil social clauses as part of the government scheme, and therefore it is important that we bring in young learners into our programmes and have them ready for the construction industry when it comes around again.
Turning to you, Dale, you're a gold medalist of the Skill Build competition. Tell us more about this competition. What did you do?
Well, I was plastering and dry lining for the competition. You start by building a wall with stud and column. That's aluminium, like an aluminium sheet, and then you would plasterboard it, and then you would dry line it with stuff called fast setting finish and that's basically it. Sand it.
Is it difficult to do? You make it sound so simple.
It just takes practice and time at the trade.
So tell us, what did you have to do to win that gold medal? How were the judges judging you?
Well, they were judging me on the cleanness of the work, how fine it is, and if I complete it in time, a proper time schedule. And plus they were judging against other students from other colleges.
And what do you hope to get out of this deal?
Well, hopefully I can progress to UK squad and compete in the World Finals. And once I finish that, maybe carry on with my company I'm working for, Mars Lynn Sons.
Fiona, Skill Build is a fantastic platform for people to demonstrate the skills that they've got, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've had a number of students that have qualified from Skill Build, gone through to the UK squad and gone onwards to World Skills. A couple of years ago, Philip Green from the college won the gold medal in bricklaying at the World, and Philip's a great advocate for the Northern Ireland CITB Skill Build competition. So we're hopeful that those who also come behind, including Dale, will qualify and go on to benchmark themselves against other world competitors.
Well, Fiona and Dale, thank you very much both for coming in. All the best in your future career, Dale, and all the best in the future with Skill Build, Fiona.
Thank you.
With summer holidays being booked, I wonder if you're planning anything as exciting as our next two guests.
Rebecca Armstrong and Jordan Byrne are going for 2 weeks work experience in Namibia at a wildlife sanctuary, courtesy of a scholarship from the Belfast Met Trust.
They're here along with Katie Gardner, who's a past winner of a Trust Award. Welcome all of you. Rebecca and Jordan, you're both getting a work experience of a lifetime. You're going to Namibia. Now, where did this all come about?
Well, we're both students at Belfast Met doing animal management, so we both have a passion for animals. So we have decided that because we need 2 weeks work experience, we can either do it at the start of the year or we can come in and do it during our summer holidays. So we've decided that we'll go to Africa and do 2 weeks there. I've always sort of been into animals, always wanted to do working with them or helping in some sort of way, so I'm aiming for veterinary. So that's why I've decided animal management was the best course to go for, to get onto the path of veterinary.
And how are you planning on getting there? I take it Belfast International Airport doesn't fly you to Namibia?
No, it's a long journey. It's about 28 hours. So we first have to get a bus from Belfast to Dublin, and then from Dublin we're going to fly to London Heathrow, and then from London Heathrow to Johannesburg, and then Johannesburg into Port Elizabeth, where we're getting picked up to take us to our animal sanctuary, which is about an hour away from the centre. So.
And how did this all come about?
Well, Belfast Met has provided us with a chance to have a scholarship fund, and it has been the most amazing time to actually be able to apply for it and have the opportunity to go away to work with large animals that you can't even do here, let alone England. So it's amazing that Belfast Trust has managed to give us the opportunity to be able to fill out our dreams.
Rebecca, could you tell us exactly what is animal management?
Yeah, well, it's a course that covers all bases of sort of anything you would want to do in any career path to do with animals. Like, we have a nutrition unit to the course, there is a business unit in case you want to go into open your own animal business. There are biology units like genetics we're doing at the minute, and there are also the management and husbandry units as well, so it really covers everything you would be doing with animals in any career path you would go down to do with animals.
After conquering Namibia, where do you see yourself in the future? What other countries are you going to go to?
Well, after this course, we both hopefully want to do veterinary. So this sort of provides us with a stepping stone to do zoology at Queen's, and then after that do veterinary. And by going to Africa to do this, I think it'll be a very good thing to put down on UCAS forms and things when it comes to applying to university. And in terms of travelling, it'd be great to do the same thing again. We want to go to, well, I do anyway, I want to go to University College Dublin to do my veterinary course, and they actually deal a lot with the animals in Dublin Zoo, so this would be a very good thing to put on a UCAS form for there to say that I've already had experience with these animals while we've been out there.
Now, Katie, you were the recipient of the award a few years ago. Can you tell us about your experience?
Yeah, I've attended BMC for 3 years on catering courses. My final year we decided we want to go to the Alliance for Bakery Students and Trainees, the ABSTs, which is held in London, so that's the bakery conference. Over there we attended, and each student entered at least one competition over there, so I entered I think 8 in the end of it. Came out of it with 4 awards, winning Puratus and several of the cake decorating awards. This has led to huge success in my career.
That's fantastic, and you've now got your own company, Fairy Tree Cakes, creating all these delicious temptations. Can you tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so I'm the owner now of Fairy Tree Cakes. It's been in its first year of business now, becoming really successful, so it's actually. Do mostly weddings, birthday cakes, the occasional stall.
And have you maybe brought something for us to try?
I have actually. I brought my peanut tarts along with me. These are one of my new products. They're doing very well, so they are.
Well, they look amazing. I can't wait to get tucked into them later. Thank you very much, Katie, for coming on to the show. And we'd like to thank you girls for coming on talking about the Belfast Met Trust. And good luck with your experience over in Namibia.
Thanks for having us.
Finally today, we have a royal appointment to keep with the Prince's Trust.
Chantal Clinton and Carrie Lee Bright are recent graduates from the Prince's Trust scheme that is run by the college. Welcome, guys. Now, you two are very special in that you raised nearly £7,000 for the PIP's suicide prevention scheme. Now, Carrie Lee, can you tell us a little bit about what you did for that?
We all come up with the idea to raise money for suicide to make an impact, part of our community project, and we did a sponsored silence, dressed up, and we raised £1,000 that time, which led to give us materials to go on and build the haunted house, which was run for 9 days, day and night, open to public and families, and then that's when we raised a figure of near £7,000.
Well, Chantal, you have a very personal reason for helping PIPs, don't you?
Yeah, 4 years ago I lost my younger brother to suicide. He was only 16. So it was like really personal for me to help raise awareness of suicide, and because there is a stigma around it that others can't deal, and if young people can raise awareness about it, then other young people will see that it's not such a big thing, that if you're feeling down, to go and get help. So doing the haunted house was like personal for all of us, because there was other ones in the group that lost family members and friends to suicide, but for me it was like really personal with my wee brother.
Both of you have made such a huge difference to that charity. Now, Carrie Lee, could you tell us what has that money done to help people?
Raising that money opened the crisis team, which now lines and phone calls or whatever organisations or other help out there is needed. It's open 24/7, and now even at weekends it doesn't close, so we opened that as part of raising our money for the suicide prevention.
That is amazing. And so because of that, Chantal, your team won the Prince's Trust Celebrate Success Award and got to the finals of the competition in London. And I heard you got to meet Gok Wan. Is that true?
Yeah, we won the regionals out of how many groups? There was 3 of us up in the awards, and we came first. Then we went to the nationals and we came second against a fantastic group. Like, they were really, really brilliant. But we met Gok Wan and Ant Deck and the Prince of Wales.
If you just want to tell us how you got involved with the Prince's Trust in the first place, Carrie Lee.
I was unemployed and just found it hard to get work, and found myself getting into like a wee rut and seeing a post on Facebook and rung up and just took it from there, and I haven't looked back.
And where has it led you to now?
It went on, finished in December 2013, then I went on to do an OCN Level 3 in Youth Work, and I'm now a qualified youth leader.
And the same for you, Chantal, where has it led you to?
I just finished my diploma in biomedical and biological sciences in Belfast Met, and I'm hopefully going to uni in September.
That's fantastic.
So Carrie Lee, where do you think you would be now if you hadn't gone on Facebook and seen that Prince's Trust status?
Probably still continuing doing Steps to Work programmes, continuing on with stuff that I didn't really have an interest. Doing Prince's Trust made me see my own potential and brought me to realise what I really wanted to do for myself.
And that's youth work now?
Yeah, I want to go on to do a youth leading degree maybe in a few years after I get a lot of years experience behind me.
And Chantal, I hear that you're going on to study forensic science degree. That is very exciting. What's all that about?
Yeah, I've always been interested in science from a very young age, and doing the Prince's Trust programme helped build my confidence up for me to go on and be able to do my degree.
I'd like to thank now both of you for coming on to the show. You're both very inspirational, and I wish you best of luck in your degree and as a youth leader.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of our guests who are on the show today. And most importantly, we'd like to thank you, our viewers, for watching.
And don't forget, if you want any more details on Belfast Met, courses starting in September, or events that are coming up, just go to our website at www.belfastmet.ac.uk.
You can also find out more about our exciting summer schemes. Learn about technology at the Belfast IT Girls Camp.
Interested in space and the planets? try our space camp. Or, if you're more interested in aeroplanes or you just want to control a drone, try our Bombardier Aerospace Camp.
And remember, you don't need to wait until you get your results to apply for a course. There's a video on our website that shows you exactly how to apply.
Until next time,
bye.
Bye.